Coming up on SA Today, SU has announced it will enforce a smoking ban, John Katko pulls ahead in the polls, and our own Nick Cardona talks to SA's director of the Student Involvement Committee. I'm Gerhard. This is SA Today. Hello and welcome to SA Today for October 28th, and with that, happy National Chocolate Day. The 24th Congressional District race has been tight all election season, but a new poll puts John Katko ahead of Dan Maffei for the first time this fall. That's our top story tonight. Just a week before Election Day, a new poll shows John Katko opening up by a 10-point margin over Dan Maffei. In the same poll, jointly conducted by the Post Standard and Siena College, Maffei held an 8-point lead just a few weeks ago. The poll surveyed about 700 likely voters and has a plus-minus of 3.7%. The race for the 24th Congressional District is considered to be one of the most competitive House races in the entire country and has since gained national attention. Tonight, Lawrence Hall is going to be lit up in pink for breast cancer awareness. Students were asked to hang pink tablecloths up in their windows and leave the lights on tonight at 8. Students can also take part in a silent walk around Hedricks Field in remembrance of those who have lost their lives in the fight against cancer. Now, Lawrence Hall isn't the only building that's getting a new look. The Onondaga Tower in downtown Syracuse is the next building to join the Illuminating the City Skyline project. The building will be covered in changing colors from LED lights. The Connective Corridor and the Downtown Committee provided grants to help with the lighting project. SU is set to become a smoke-free campus starting next summer. The campus-wide tobacco ban aims to get rid of secondhand smoke and promote an overall healthier environment on campus. More reviews of the policy are expected before it takes effect next summer. This according to school officials who say that more information on the specifics of the policy will be made available to students and staff once the policies are finalized. The Jamesville DeWitt School District is having a vote today on renovations to the school's football stadium. The proposed changes would cost $3.1 million and would include artificial turf, a new running track, and carpet replacement. The project is expected to cost voters about 2 cents per $1,000 of assessed value for the next 15 years. Officials in Hawaii have issued a state of panic, and they're urging the locals to get ready to evacuate at any moment's notice. Lava from a volcano in Pahoa is threatening the lives of hundreds. As of this morning, the lava, which has been flowing out of a volcano since this summer, was as close as 70 yards from local towns. As a precaution, many of the locals have already abandoned their homes. Medical researchers have discovered the first case in the Ebola crisis, a 2-year-old in Guinea. The toddler, named Emil, has been deemed patient zero in the international crisis that has left close to 5,000 people dead. Researchers are not sure how the 2-year-old contracted the virus, but they say it happened sometime last year. Emil's mother, grandmother, and sister also died from Ebola within a month of the toddler's death. Coming up on SA Today, the final listening meeting, and our own Nick Cardona sat down with SA's Brittany Moore to talk about sexual assault on campus. Stay with us.
Kickflip 6 stairs takes determination. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
Turning a 20-foot wall into a canvas takes vision. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
How you doing? My name's Steve. My family's lived in this neighborhood for years. Recently, things got so tight, we had to go to our local food bank for help. I lost a lot of sleep worrying about what the neighbors might think. That is until I saw them there, too. How'd I do, Steve?
A little stiff. You could have done a little better.
What? Come on! You know, I have an Academy Award.
Yeah, but not for playing me.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
In 1977, an 8-year-old boy picked up the game of golf from his father. The odds of that same boy then making it to the US and European pro golf tours, 1 in 7 million. The odds of the Big Easy winning the US Open twice, 1 in 1.2 billion. The odds of him having a child diagnosed with autism, 1 in 110. Ernie Els encourages you to learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Welcome back. Now, last night, SU hosted the third and final listening meeting of the semester. The meetings create a forum and discuss the concerns of students after the closing of the Advocacy Center. This was the only time that the Counseling Center had a chance to respond to student concerns. Previously, they and other university committee members were there to listen only. One of the biggest concerns about the closing of the Advocacy Center was how it was communicated to students. Citrus TV's Nick Cardona sat down with Student Association's Brittany Moore earlier to discuss the topic of sexual assault on campus. Let's take a look.
And joining me now is Brittany Moore. She is the Director of Student Engagement for the Student Association here at SU. Brittany, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so I want to first start off with this consent campaign that your organization is running. What is that exactly?
So the consent campaign was kind of birthed after the closing of the Advocacy Center and a real need for more education and awareness about what consent is, with the main goal that if students know what consent is, then they'll know what non-consensual sexual activity is, and then they'll feel more comfortable in going to the services provided to get help for non-consensual sex.
So what progress has been made with this campaign going forward after a lot of the listening meetings that have happened? What's the progress going forward?
So the campaign kind of started right at the close of the Advocacy Center and really the start of this academic semester. Thankfully, we've been able to work with the Office of Health Promotions, Jill Snyder and Caitlin Cohen, and also Eric Nestor, who is the Associate Director of the Office of Student Rights and Responsibilities. So those are kind of like the core team with SA. We also have been able to contract out Hill Communications. We're working on this really great new consent campaign with Hill. They also worked with Caitlin to do the Be Wise campaign. And so we have something called Be Sure, which stands for shared, understanding, respectful, and enthusiastic. Those are, I think, the 4 main things you need to know to have consent and to say that you've given consent, along with a verbal yes. And so we've kind of really been working on that campaign, having focus groups about it. We're going to do a soft launch on that. So we're working on that. And we also have 3 training sessions along with a speaker spanning the time of this season or this semester and also next semester. And so this is going to be like a different training sessions that people can go to learn more about what consent is and learn more about kind of ending sexual assault on college campuses.
Have high-profile members of the Chancellor's kind of administration and team, have they been to these listening meetings? I know the Chancellor wasn't at the one yesterday. Have they, made an effort to come to these meetings?
Well, I think the main problem, although some of the Chancellor's administration has been there, definitely Corey Wallach, the director of the Counseling Center, has been at every listening meeting. Dean and Vice Chancellor Rebecca Reed-Kantowitz has been at every listening meeting. Dean Steinwert's been at several of them. I know that the campaign was really pushing to see the Chancellor at the listening meetings, which didn't happen, sadly. And
why do you think he hasn't been? Why do you think he's not making the effort to come?
I am not sure. I think that we had to kind of rush his office to get him to come out and even talk to us. So we'd really love to see, I guess, more involvement. But we're trying to work with, what we have. And I think the consent campaign is one of those things that are working with the funds that we have in order to do the best we can. And we'll see what the Chancellor does.
So moving forward, what are things that students should be aware of with this campaign moving forward?
Well, I think the main thing that students should be aware of is we're doing a soft launch of the Be Sure, Got Consent Be Sure campaign around Halloween and Halloween costumes. And so we're working with Hill Communications. Again, we're going to chalk the quad. We have flyers and an article and hopefully a DO article coming out soon around hashtag not asking for it. And it's the idea that no matter what students wear or how they drink or I guess how they're dancing at Halloween parties, no one's asking to be raped, and it really gets at the core of rape culture on campus.
So in our final 30 seconds, how can students get involved going forward?
Well, the main thing that students should do is attend the Beat the Blame game, which is the first of our training series, and that's on November 3rd, the day before Election Day, at 7 in Goldstein. So we'd love for students to come out, learn more about this, and then attend future training sessions.
All right, well, Brittany Moore, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate
Thank you
it.
for having
Will, back
me.
to you.
A special thanks to our own Nick Cardona for contributing on the report. Coming up on SA Today, the Kansas City Royals look to continue their historic playoff run, and a little SU fan's touchdown dance has gone viral on YouTube. Don't go away. SA Today will be right back.
That's low. That's low. Look, he's blushing. Seriously.
Welcome to my block party. Glad you can make it.
The only triple doubles you get come with fries.
Last time you blocked someone, you were online.
I can do this all day. Your moves are just gay.
Using gay to mean dumb or stupid, not cool.
Not cool. Not in my house, not anywhere.
It's not creative, it's offensive to gay people. And you're better than that.
Packers. Viking. Packers. Viking. Viking.
Red state, blue state, vegan,
Carnivore.
We come from different places.
Uptown.
downtown, night owl,
Early bird.
We come to different conclusions.
Half empty.
half full.
But when we live united, we create real, lasting change in the building blocks of life. The education, income, and health of our communities,
Live
our families,
united.
even the person next to us.
Live united.
Real change won't happen without you. So give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Sign up at liveunited.org.
Welcome back. The World Series shifts back to Kansas City tonight, with the San Francisco Giants currently leading the Kansas City Royals 3-2. The Giants are throwing Jake Peavy tonight, and Kansas City's Yordany Ventura will be on the mound for the Royals, who hope to keep their Cinderella season alive. If the Giants were to win tonight, it would be their third World Series title in 5 years. First pitch is scheduled tonight for 8 o'clock. Over in the NFL, what a great Monday night of football it was. An NFC matchup in the Big D between the Washington Redskins and the Dallas Cowboys, which turned into an overtime thriller. Cowboys quarterback Tony Romo spent much of the second half on the bench after being sidelined due to a back injury. From there, it was Redskins' third-string quarterback Colt McCoy who stole the show. He led Washington to a 20-17 victory on the road. Great win for the Redskins. Now, touchdowns may be hard to come by as a Syracuse football fan, but that didn't stop this young Orange fan from celebrating. His touchdown dance has reached over 175,000 views on YouTube over the last 2 weeks. Dennis Jacobs, an SU alum, filmed his son, and the two are quickly becoming famous. They've appeared on the Today Show, and the video has made its way across the internet.
Touchdown!
Yeah! Look at that, great stuff. It looks like we've got a future referee on our hands. We'll see how far he makes it. Well, that's all the time we have here on SA Today, but be sure to tune in tomorrow for Citrus TV's news live at 6, and also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Citrus TV News to see everything around and surrounding the SU campus. I'm Gerhard. Have a great night, Syracuse.